welcome again. This is Khalfan, Production Chemistry and Laboratory Service Team Lead in OQ Upstream. Let's talk about the ChemTrack. This ChemTrack is our solution for managing the chemicals. It's digitalized for convenience and optimized for efficiency. So what we are saying usually, start while end in your mind. And what was in our mind? What was the end? The end, when we start, we need to have a platform where we can get everything in one go. My ambition, our aspiration target, I need to get everything. I need to understand everything related to production chemistry in just a couple of seconds. I don't need to spend more time. I don't need to spend analyzing the graphs, putting the data. I need to, in my desk, to set everything. I can understand what is going right and what is going wrong in terms of production chemistry and laboratory service. And also, the end that was in my mind, we need to have something where everything can be more digitalized, integrated, automated, and shareable. Let's explore more about the ChemTrack, what it's about, and what the story behind this ChemTrack. So moving forward, from where we are struggling. Before the ChemTrack, the life it was not easy. So in terms of low efficiency, if you can see delay in collecting and analyzing the data were scattered in different files. We have, imagine that we are having more than 40 chemicals. And for each chemical, we are doing like more than 10 laboratory analysis. So if you need to know how the performance of each chemical, how many analysis you need to do, and how many graph you need to do. And this can be hundreds of graphs. So how much time you need if you do it manually? It will be a nightmare activities. So another things of the main driver behind the ChemTrack is ineffective performance. No system in place for production chemistry management. So we used to use the normal practice as Excel, but Excel is good, but it cannot be considered as for the long-term solution. And another things, the main driver of the ChemTrack is lack of single version of truth. We don't have a platform. The data are scattered in different files. If you need any data, you need to dig more in each file. Today I am here, I can get access to the data, but tomorrow I'm not around. If anyone come, he need to search more and investigate from where he can get the data. So this is another driver of the developing the ChemTrack. The third point, not optimal operating cost. We used to invest more in the chemical. You know how the chemical is if you in oil and gas industry, one of the largest expenditures in the chemical. And you can see the graph from 2017, 2018, up to 2019, how much we are spending in the chemical. So the management are not happy about the chemical. So we need to have something that can help us to overcome all of these challenges. Then, we come up with the ChemTrack. So this is the journey of the ChemTrack. The old practice, we used to use Excel, and this was starting 2014 till 2020. But as I mentioned to you, Excel cannot be used for long-term solution. Then what we did, we have many softwares in the company, and we know the tools, and we know what we need. So we investigate the tools and the software, and we found one of the software that ABM can mimic whatever we need for the ChemTrack. So we deploy all these features that initially developed in Excel in ABM. And this is in 2021 and 2022. And starting from this year to 2023, we are heading to have the web. So all the graphs or the dashboard are in the web base. So when on your you can understand what is going right and what everything related to the production chemistry. Now let's dig more, and I will see you how ChemTrack make the life easier for me and how I can get everything in just a couple of seconds and on your desk. So let's move ahead. So what in the production chemistry and laboratory service, if you ask any production chemist, our main rule in production chemistry is to maintain the quality of the crude or to maintain the quality of the processing fluid and also maintain the integrity. But through what? Through have better chemical performance. So we are injecting chemical in the system. So we need to make sure those chemicals are working well. And also by doing different laboratory analysis. So you are tracking the chemical performance by doing laboratory analysis. This is one of our rule as a production chemist. Another things, we are also maintaining the chemical stock. We need to make sure that we have enough chemical stock. So if you have many chemicals and if you don't have a platform to track the stock of those chemicals, and you know how the churning we are suffering from in the supply chain of the chemicals. So if you have a platform where you can immediately understand, if you look at the number one, tracking of chemical stock management data, if you look on this graph, you will see the list of the chemical. You can immediately understand for how many days I have stock for each chemical. So just I'm here, I'm sitting, I can know, oh, I have low stock for this chemical. I can immediately make the order and contact the supply chain. And the same things for the first one, tracking laboratory analysis data. You see, this is show the compliance of the laboratory analysis. So imagine that, in daily basis, we have around more than 50 laboratory analysis. So if I need to know how many analysis, I'm as a team lead, as a manager, I don't have a time to track each individual laboratory analysis. But this one, you can see, I can immediately know how many analysis, the compliance. So if I can see that the lab team managed to deliver around 90% of the laboratory analysis, this make me happy. So that means they did all what have been requested from them. Another thing, so if you look for the tracking of the chemical performance data, look on the one on the right, on the top corner. You see that here you will see all performance of all chemicals. So immediately I can understand if I see all the chemicals are more than 90%, that's it. I don't need to investigate more. So that means this will make me, I'm satisfied. That is showing me the chemical performance for all chemicals. That's enough. Another thing, tracking of the contract management data. You see that this is about the expenditure. So you see in the beginning of each year, we have the chemicals and we are requesting from the management to set a budget for us. So this is the budget. This is the budgeted value. And the lower one show the actual value. So this will give you an idea whether you are upper spend or you are lower spend, and through this graph. So let's investigate more about how we manage to get all this stuff in one platform. You see here the data or the data is passing through 3 stages. The first stage is the data input, and we have in the data processing, and we have the data output. We have the handheld. On the handheld, all the data requested from the laboratory chemist to enter, they are receiving it on daily basis. They enter them, and some of the data, we get the online data through the analyzer, if you see online data, and all the historical record, we have we can upload them through data loader in ABM. So all these sort of data are integrated and processed in ABM, in this software. So it can accommodate the online data, it can accommodate the laboratory data, and it can accommodate the historical record. And then we come up with all these graphs. So I can get the performance for one analysis. If you see the one on the top, one analysis. And if one analysis not make sense, you can get many analysis in one platform. The second graph, and the third one, it show the compliance for all laboratory analysis. This is related to the laboratory management data. Now, for the chemical performance, with the same data being entered by the laboratory technician, the data are entered only once, basically. And then we are getting all these the outcomes or the fruits. You see then in the first graph, you will get the performance for all chemicals. If you are a doubt for performance of any particular chemical, you go to the next graph and you will see, and then you will see, oh, what happened to that chemical? It show low performance. You can investigate further, and you will find all the analysis being used to tracking the performance of that laboratory analysis. So here you have like a dashboard, and on that dashboard, click the performance. If you are not happy about the performance, click the second dashboard. It will show you what analysis being used for tracking the performance of that particular chemicals. Moving ahead, and this is for the chemical stock. Well, you see that in this is the first dashboard is for the management. The management because the operation they are very keen about the business continuity. They need to make sure that we have enough stock. So the first this for them. When they say that we have enough stock for more than 30 days, they will feel happy. So then you can go to the second graph for the end user, for the chemist. He will see how much stock for one chemical, and then the third one, it will show you how much chemical we have in the tank itself. And you see that there is like up and down, that there is a top up on the chemicals. Moving ahead, we have a lot for the stock. This accumulate estimated consumption, because as I mentioned to you, in the beginning of the year, we are putting the estimated consumption for each chemical. This is our estimation. And the second one, we have two graphs, the estimated one and the actual one. You will see where you are and where you're supposed to be, whether you are like underspend or you are overspend. The third one is this is the automation of the supply chain. In the supply chain for the chemical, we have the chemical stock, and we have also we request to have a chemical at site, for example, 30 days, and we are also requesting from the supplier to make a stock for around 60 days. So this one, it will show you where you are or where you're supposed to be. The third graph, you will see three graphs: actual stock, chemicals at site, and chemical in the country. Then this is to make sure that you have enough stock inside as well as in the country. The last one for the contract management. For the contract management, as I mentioned to you, for each chemical, we set a plan. For each day, we suppose for this particular chemical, we will use like 50 liter, then 100 liter, and so on and so forth. So this is the estimated consumption. But how are you doing? Are you doing based on the estimation? Are you overspend or you are lower spend? This one will show you immediately. It will show you for one chemical, and it also show you for the entire chemical, for the entire contract. When you will see, you will immediately understand how you are doing with your contract. Additional to that, also in terms of the contract duration, the contract is set for 5 years, and this is 2 years. So how much time requested till the contract value and contract time also, which is automatically tracked. And this is the main, I mean, whatever I have mentioned to you regarding the ChemTrack is they make life easier for us in terms of the OpEx optimization, lean, shareable, flexible, cost optimization, and data centralization and automation. And I am proud to say that ChemTrack has been selected as the best practice and as the best in the operational excellence in across operator in Oman, in oil and gas operator. So this is it was selected in 2020, and I can mention to you the framework of the ChemTrack. It can accommodate with other industry, with not only in oil and gas industry. It can be for food industry, in the medicine, because at the end, all what we need to data feed, process the data, and the outcomes. If you know how to set all this calculation, then the life you can do it. And the ChemTrack is strong enough to accommodate all these sort of the analysis. Not to take more from your time, that's end of my presentation. Thank you.